Hey, Mark Satterfield here. Thanks so much for joining me. So, I was thinking today about the topic of how do we get people to pay attention to us? I mean, it's not easy, and it's particularly difficult if we're targeting the affluent or wealthy. But how do we get them to stop, at least momentarily, and pay attention to what we want to say? Now, there's been lots of stuff that's written about headlines and sales funnels and, compelling copy. And, you may or may not believe that, copy in print is dead. But I think one of the interesting things that answers this question is to go back to the old school copywriters because, they didn't have a lot of tools in their toolkit, but what they were really tasked with was getting people's attention, getting them to stop and at least read a headline, and then hopefully going down that slippery slope and reading the entire copy. So what would they put in the headline? What was the thing that got people to stop and pay attention? Well, if you read the old time copywriters and you look at what they had to say, one thing becomes apparent, and it's the phrase that you need to enter the conversation that's already going on in your prospect's mind. Now, I want you to think about that for a moment. What's the conversation that is going on already in your prospect's mind? Now, first of all, you have to have a very, very clear sense for who your prospect is. And the more that you're marketing to everyone, the more difficult it is to come up with the answer to that. And that's the reason why niche marketing, creating the avatar, I've written about it, lots of people have written about it, but going through that exercise and creating that very specific profile of your ideal client, that's the reason why this really pays dividends. Because it's hard to answer that question if you haven't. So you want to think about, okay, what's that conversation that's going on in your prospect's mind? Now, it could be positive, it could be negative. It could be something that they're aspiring to. It could be something that they want to avoid. It's, hopes, it's dreams, it's aspirations, it's fears. But the more that you're able to figure out, okay, what precisely are those? And what are they thinking about? What are they concerned about? And if you can then enter that conversation, then you can get attention. Now, that attention is fleeting, and you'll get them to just basically be able to stop for a moment. But if you are then able to get them to engage with you and tell them that they're in the right place and that they are not alone, that other people have the same problem, and if they want to achieve this, that, and the other thing, then you introduce your solution. But it all starts with getting them to stop and pay attention, and one of the most effective ways I've found to do that is to enter the conversation already going on in their mind. So, hope this gave you some good food for thought. I know it's been helpful to me. It's been helpful to many of my clients, and hopefully it'll be helpful to you as well. Don't have anything to sell you today, so this is just information that, as I said, hope will be helpful. If you did find it helpful, you want to pass this video along to others you know, hey, that would be totally cool. If you're watching this on YouTube, love to have you be a subscriber, so go ahead and do that. But until we have a chance to talk at some point in time in the future, this is Mark Satterfield. Bye for now.